We are excited about this game. We're excited and passionate about our community and our fans. Can't wait to come back and see you in 2017.
What's going on, everybody? This is dkdynamite, and today what I have for you guys is yet another video talking about DLC 5 within Black Ops 3. We have what may be a confirmation that Black Ops 3 will see the light of day and will see a 5th map pack in 2017. Now, as you guys may have seen, I posted a pretty long video the other day summarizing all of the main arguments and quote-unquote evidence that we have supporting a 5th DLC for Black Ops 3. Now, today we're going to be taking a look at the so-called confirmation that everyone's been talking about, a chart which essentially confirms titles and DLC that release in 2016 and titles and DLC that's expected to release in 2017 and so on. So, the other day after putting together that long video in regards to DLC 5, I saw this post on Reddit which was a link to Business Insider, and on that link featured an entire article posted by a credible source talking about what is expected from Activision in the years to come. On this chart, we of course have things we already know from 2016. We had big releases like Overwatch, Infinite Warfare, Modern Warfare Remastered, and Skylanders Imaginators. Now, when we go on to digital content, we of course know within quarters 1 through 3, we had the map packs for Black Ops 3, of course. We had DLC for Destiny and Skylanders and a couple of other titles. Look at the bottom, we have mobile titles such as Candy Crush, Shuffle Cats, whatever the fuck that is. And now when we move on to 2017, this is where things get super interesting. So, it's expected, and we already know we're going to be seeing a Destiny sequel, StarCraft Remastered, and a Call of Duty release, which is rumored to be Call of Duty World War II, which I'll talk about in a completely separate video. But these are expected big releases. Now, when we take a look at digital content, what's expected from that in 2017, we of course have the usual map packs for Infinite Warfare throughout quarters 1 through 3. We have digital content for games like Diablo, for Skylanders, World of Warcraft, but look all the way at the bottom, and we see Call of Duty Black Ops 3 DLC pack. Now, the release date for this supposed content is NA, not applicable, or we could say not available, however you want to describe it. So, again, there's a release date for almost everything on this list except for a map pack that's supposed to be releasing for Black Ops 3. Now, anything past 2017 is pure speculation. As we can see, for 2018 we of course have what is supposed to be a major release for Overwatch. I'm not sure if that's going to be a sequel to the game itself or some big expansion. Call of Duty, of course, coming from Treyarch, and the usual DLC packs and expansion packs for Call of Duty and Destiny. But all the way at the bottom of the chart, an important note is listed. So it says source, company websites, UBS. Note, 2017 column reflects titles and content announced by the company to date. 2018 column reflects UBS expectation only. So the content that's listed in the 2017 column is essentially confirmed. Even if not confirmed to the public, it was in some way, shape, or form confirmed, either in a meeting or on a piece of paper between Activision and their investors, shareholders, so on and so forth. So, when we look at that, this blows everybody's mind. It really does. Is this a confirmation of DLC 5 for Black Ops 3? Now, I have a list right in front of me of a bunch of topics I want to discuss in regards to this chart. And this is another reason I didn't want to include this within my previous DLC 5 video, because this chart in and of itself can stir a lot of discussion and a lot of theories. So, first off, there are some incorrect dates on here referring to upcoming DLC, or for releases related to Modern Warfare Remastered and even Overwatch. So the Variety map pack launched a couple of weeks ago, first on the PlayStation 4. But as you can see in the 2017 column, it says Call of Duty Remastered DLC pack quarter 3. we all know Variety already released, so either this is referring to a future map pack for Modern Warfare Remastered, or it's referring to the Variety map pack, yet the date is wrong. But to counter-argue that, if this is referring to a future map pack for Modern Warfare Remastered, then why doesn't this chart include a release date for the Variety map pack? This chart was put together on, I believe, March 30th, so it's not an April Fool's joke, that's already confirmed. And Variety map pack was confirmed, I want to say, the first or second week of March. So I'm honestly leaning towards that the release date for this content is just wrong, maybe slightly off, but I'm going to share a really important comment on screen later on in this video which sort of explains why these dates may be wrong. But that's the first thing to think about. Next up, in regards to whoever put this chart together, this is where things also get interesting. Big YouTubers like COD Zombies HQ and The Gaming Revolution have actually reached out to the author of this article. The author of this article did not put this chart together. He simply got it from his source, a bank firm, or some type of investor. He can't directly provide us with any more than what he already did. He can't bring us an official statement from this investor who put this chart together. He may not have clearance for that, but it was confirmed that the person who wrote this article, which I'll leave down below in the description, did not put this chart together. So contacting him will not answer any more questions that we have. But a theory that I've put together, which a lot of people support, is that whoever put this chart together may have misinterpreted Treyarch's announcement back in December that Black Ops 3 would see new content within 2017. They could have misinterpreted Newton's Cookbook as a DLC pack or as an expansion pack of some sort. Because again, the investors can give less of a shit what something is labeled as or when it's releasing. They only care about the fact that the content is being made based on the investment they provided, and so forth. So to think about that, could they have misinterpreted the announcement back in December? That's definitely possible. We again got confirmation that we would see more content in the black market throughout 2017, new weapons, possibly new game modes, and we'll have to wait and see. But in terms of zombies, all we've gotten so far is Newton's Cookbook since that announcement. So there's always a possibility we could see a DLC 5. There's a possibility we could see new game modes in zombies, possibly new weapon kits. Who knows? But all we do know right now is that there's no confirmation that the information in this chart is referring to a DLC 5. Now, another theory that we've all put together as a community is that Treyarch could be releasing different types of DLC, such as personalization packs, different types of camos, stuff for the Call of Duty endowment, maybe even a voice pack, etc. But to counter-argue that, if that's what this is referring to, then why doesn't this chart also list content that was released back when the game released, such as different type of camo packs for the Call of Duty championships, the extra slots pack for a certain amount of COD points? Why doesn't that chart list that type of content? Well, when I think about that, my initial reaction is that this chart is talking about major DLC content, such as map packs and big expansions. That's why it's not going to be talking about small releases, such as black market updates or personalization packs. So that's another thing we have to think about. Next up, something I saw from many users on Reddit and even different type of comments throughout different YouTube videos is that NA could be the current release date for this so-called map pack because the content it's going to be releasing is going to release sporadically. So whether that's referring to black market updates with new weapons, or if that's referring to maybe, let's say, 5 new zombie remasters, but one releasing every month for 5 months straight, that's definitely a good theory as well. But I do believe that something is really in the works over at Treyarch, and that content that they're working on, or maybe already have finished, is going to be releasing in the next couple of weeks, or maybe even the next 2 months or so. But I'll talk about that in a little bit as well. Now, another thing to think about is Activision may not have yet determined an official release date for a so-called DLC 5, and are planning on releasing it at a, what we call a perfect moment, where the Call of Duty drought is taking place. And what I mean by that is in between the release of DLC 2 and DLC 3 for Infinite Warfare, there's expected to be some so-called drought like we had last year with Black Ops 3 in between the releases of the Eclipse map pack and the Descent map pack. Even though it wasn't that long, it still felt like a huge drought and lack of content. So if that happens again this year, that's a great opportunity for Activision to then push out a DLC 5, which would bring fans back and keep the flow of the game going. And if that's true, that supports the recent leak from the Gaming Revolution and Glitching Queen, who, as I talked about in my previous video, got credible information that a DLC 5 featuring remakes of Moon, Ascension, Mobile Dead, and Origins are coming to Black Ops 3. And that content was in development ever since Gorod Krovi released. And as we all know, Revelations was finished. Revelations was completely developed and completed when Gorod Krovi released, which gives Treyarch an additional couple of months to have worked on this potential DLC 5 so that they're on schedule by the time November comes around when Infinite Warfare came out to then begin development on Call of Duty 2018. That makes perfect fucking sense. Now, what we also have to remember is that something new is definitely coming to both multiplayer and zombies. Now, as far as what that is, of course, remains a mystery. But that live stream in December was not for nothing. It's definitely confirming that not only are we going to be seeing updates to the black market, but something very mysterious for zombies as well, as Jason Blundell teased when he said he cannot say anything right now.
I'm afraid that I can't say anything right now. Thank you.
All right, excellent, excellent.
Now, this is a credible source. This website is real and has confirmed information in the past. Business Insider talks about all types of information in regards to investments between big firms, big publishers, and developers, so on and so forth. Now, whoever put this chart together in particular is the one that needs to come forward to explain this information. Now, again, like I said earlier, he could simply be somebody who heard about this so-called new content in 2017 and interpreted that as a so-called new map pack. That's definitely a theory. Or he's someone who really has credible information from within closed doors of Activision and Treyarch, who knows exactly what's coming out for the game and knows for a fact that there is at least one map pack releasing for Black Ops 3 in 2017. Now, last but not least, I want to end off this video by reading a comment which is very, very relevant to this information and really explains a lot. So here we go. I'm a trader / investor and a gamer, so I can help you bridge this social gap, because that's what it truly is. Investment analysis for hedge funds, mutual funds, and financial services corps are themselves, or report to, managers who give zero shits about video games. They don't care whether they spell the name of the video game correctly or whether they use the correct terminology to describe the game. All they care about is getting the correct number of notable events and being descriptive enough for future inquiry. Even date accuracy is not a priority to a UBS analyst because they understand that the industry they are gathering information about is chaotic and they don't expect these quote-unquote software services as they see them to always be released on time. With regards to whether or not they have inside information, I believe that they do. A DLC 5 would only receive the go-ahead from Activision's upper management. Authorization for funding a project that size goes much higher up than Jason Blundell. Analysts and investment firms frequently go straight to the source and meet with the company's upper-level management employees in person. In addition, Activision has every reason to reveal all the numerous projects its development teams are working on. The more active they look to UBS, BlackRock, or JP Chase, the more likely it seems that they will release a software service that customers will enjoy, thus making them a more attractive investment opportunity. Now, for the most part, Activision's management don't have to fear that revealing content to UBS will work its way over to the very same community they create products for, because those are two completely separate worlds that don't expect to interact. I guess my point is, UBS would not bullshit this information, they wouldn't pull it out of their asses because this is what they do. They are a financial services group and their job is to update investors. UBS analysts are good at their job, that's why they work at UBS. So, to sum it up, we do have to trust this source, but in terms of what this chart means when it says map pack for Black Ops 3 is definitely up in the air. It doesn't confirm a DLC 5, it definitely hints at it, but the people who work at these firms don't give a shit about whether they call it a map pack, expansion pack, microtransaction, they don't give a shit as long as the content gets produced and sold to the public. Activision doesn't care if the information gets leaked because they don't expect our world to interact with the investment world. Unless, of course, you're both a gamer and an investor who knows how all of this works and how the process comes together as a whole. But that's about it, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. What do you guys think about DLC 5? Is it more likely to happen now that we got information like this? Do you want a DLC 5 to happen? And if so, what content do you want within this 5th map pack? Thank you so much for watching. This has been dkdynamite, and peace out, YouTube. Wrote this chart. Now, many big YouTubers like the Gaming Revolution, COD Zombies, fuck.